It's very interesting. Season 3 looks very, very good, and I think they've made it clear that they're probably not going to stop at a season 3. They're probably going to go for a 4, 5, 6, 7, as long as it stays consistent, relevant, it stays on the same track. Because it's very good.
It's like they got a baseline. We know what the Star Wars universe is. We know what the planets are, the characters of things like that. But make your own out of the formula. You know what I mean? Like Death Troopers. Never even knew they existed.
They used to be in the games.
Really?
They used to be. That's why I'm saying it's cool that they're taking different spit. That's from an old game. And there was the Gen 1, the Gen 2, and the Gen 3. Now, the Gen 1 and Gen 2 had Star Wars versions of humans in it. And then, obviously, in Gen 3, which is the ones we saw in Mandalorian Season 2, had no human. It was all droid.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are taking little bits from different parts of Star Wars, really old games. They're fucking old games, right?
They're true fans.
They are true fans.
I don't know about that. I thought they made them up on the spot when they...
No, they took it. It used to be an actual thing, but it was not a canon kind of thing. It wasn't a lot in canon stuff or any like comics. It was the old games. Yeah.
Well, now it begs the question, man. So Grogu's gone with Luke Skywalker, right? So where was Grogu between, and what was he doing between this point in The Mandalorian and Episode 7?
Yeah, because...
The thing is, the species ages so slowly.
But we don't know if there's any... I actually did some research on that because it was said that, Yoda became a master at a young age, close to what Grogu was. I think Grogu, is he 50 or 7? He's around 50 or something like that.
He survived the purge.
Yeah, but Yoda...
The eggs in the kitchen.
Yeah, Yoda became a master at like 100 or something like that, 98 or something like that. And then he was a master for I don't know, 500 years or something like that. A lot of people were begging the question, because we don't know much about Yoda, is there some type of really long development for 50 years and then rapid development and then and a big long trip like that? So we don't know if when we see Grogu again, he'll be a teenager or something like that. If there's a bit of rapid development and then it plateaus, and rapid development and then plateaus, you know what I mean? It does make it a bit weird because Luke goes to make his own school for his pupils, right? But that is later down the line. That's past the Mandalorian. That's closer to the Episode 7. Right now in the Mandalorian, that's the time where Luke is on a quest for knowledge and going around, and perhaps Grogu is learning things because he's going with Luke. But a lot of people are questioning, well, if Grogu is the pupil of Luke, and Luke had a temple that Kylo went and burnt down and killed a few of them and took some of his other pupils, what happened to Grogu? Was Grogu killed, or did he get away? We know Grogu in the Mandalorian, he was able to force push like an inferno back, which meant hypothetically he could be okay, or maybe he's graduated from that school and he's gone off somewhere in hiding. We don't know. That's what makes it very interesting for the Star Wars universe, because I want to ask you, do you think that... We know that the Mandalore was the first Mandalorian Jedi. I think a lot of people have been thinking, well, Grogu raised by a Jedi and a Mandalorian, could he possibly become the first Mandalorian Jedi? The second Mandalorian Jedi, sorry.
Who was the first?
Mandalore. He changed his name to Mandalore. Mandalore the Great.
Oh.
He had a different name. He was a Mandalorian that went to the Jedi Temple, became a Mandalorian Jedi.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's why he was given the dark saber, and that's why the dark saber also has a different. It's a different type of lightsaber.
Yeah, you said, I remember you telling me.
It's a thin blade.
The light, but
it
the
pulls
dark
it on.
saber absorbs like a black hole.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's still considered a lightsaber. However, it's different in how it looks because everything around it, you can see it gets
It's
The
like
light
same-
gets pulled in, whereas lightsabers always brightened up.
Yeah, same mummy, different daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And it's not like a cylindrical weapon; it's like a blade.
Yeah.
We saw that when Moff Gideon was slicing Mando, and he would twist the blade, and it'd be a very thin line because it's on its lateral edge, and then when he would twist it, it's like very. I think it's cool. Also, the hilt. It looks very cool because I was doing a lot of research into it because this is a long time into it's. I think around this time next year when season 3 is confirmed to come out. So we've got a lot of time to dive into like all the Star Wars stuff. What do you think that's going to happen? And I always go down the rabbit hole. It was interesting that Bo-Katan was in a pickle because she wanted to defeat Moff herself to get the Darksaber. However, when we have a look back how Bo-Katan got it because they just found it. They found it. I believe they found it on Mandalore, and then they just gave it to Bo-Katan. She didn't beat anyone for it, but she took it, right? She was just given it because perhaps there was no one to, there was no rightful owner, so she claimed herself the rightful owner. But because maybe she was beat by Moff, she had to beat Moff in order to get it. Now that it's kind of like the Elder Wand from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like that person, you're not the rightful owner, except in Harry Potter, there's actual, like, if you're the rightful owner, you can actually use it to its full capability. There's nothing different about the blade. It's the story behind it and who's going to actually bend the knee and be like, you can rule the Mandalore. It's very interesting. It's a long time to wait because they've done such a good job at piquing our interest in the Mandalorian. I saw a lot of reaction videos of all the parents and grandparents that were big Star Wars fans, and they're watching the finale going, no fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way. It's cool. I like that they've done that. They brought the kids out of the adults.